The house always has an edge, and this one's jagged.
Greetings and salutations, guys. I did a media preview day today for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, and got to check out the Sinner's house. We'll do a walkthrough. Obviously, it's not 100% finished yet. They have a week left to put some more blood, put a few more props in there, but it's getting close. So we got to get this early look at it. This was a walkthrough hosted by John Murdy, creative director at HHN. I've been doing these walkthroughs with John for many years now. I missed a couple years, but I've been doing them, for a long time now. They're always really fun, even though they always happen to be on a freaking amazingly hot day in Los Angeles. That is just the rule. I mean, it's the time of year, but it always seems to be like this will be the hottest day possible. And that was the case again today, although thankfully Sinners was blissfully air conditioned because it's in the old Walking Dead permanent attraction home, that sort of permanent space that they can reconfigure every year, and they have the last couple years with Quiet Place and with Fallout. That's where this is. Sinners has to be one of the most anticipated houses amongst what looks to be a really strong lineup this year, and I really liked what I saw today and what they're going to be doing at the Hollywood version of it. That includes having a queue that has a really elaborate section that is kind of bigger than what they often do at HHN Hollywood, because it really is bringing you into the story early by showing you a really signature set piece from Sinners the movie, which is the giant musical performance, the one that, transcends space and time. That is part of the queue.
And then as the song progresses, the walls start to burn away. So right behind you there is a scrim screen. You could probably tell in house lights, you can kind of see through it. But when we light it under theatrical lighting, that just looks like a solid wall. But it kind of burns away. And back behind there is a live performer playing that glam rock guitarist. He starts playing his solo, and then the wall over on the other side of that doorway burns away. And that's our DJ, that's a live performer. Preacher boy, scratching with his records. And then the door back there is also a video element showing people in the club dancing and drinking, etc. So all of this is going on as you're moving through the queue line.
And John talked us through why they put it in the queue rather than, say, in the middle of the house itself.
Were there sort of different iterations of like, where do we put this? How do we put this before you landed on the being part of the queue?
No, we always knew we needed to start with it. If you're going to do a scene like that, you got to do it at the beginning. Horror Nights is a big event, and there's a lot of people that come, so we needed to make it so that it was something that wouldn't hold up the flow of people. So we just worked really closely with our operating partners on how to do it, and then timed the song exactly to the length of time that we expect guests to be in the scene.
Obviously, none of the scare actors are there when we're doing these midday tours. So we're seeing some of the props out, and we're seeing the prop dummies of corpses, but we're not seeing, the actual live actors that are going to be performing and interacting around them. But it was really fun to see something like Mary, the Haley Steinfeld character from the movie, because we see a little bit more than we see in the movie. We see her when she has been killed before she returns as a vampire. And that's something that basically kind of happened off screen. And I really like when Horror Nights can do something like that and kind of give you a deleted scene almost. I mean, it wasn't filmed, but let's, peek around the corner at something that was happening. And we got that here versus, say, when Stack gets turned into a vampire, and we're going to get to see a reenactment of some exciting moments straight from the movie.
So there's two performers in this scene. Mary comes out from behind this curtain that I'm standing in front of, comes into the room, glowing eyes. We're gonna kill every last one of you. And then Smoke comes in with his two pistols from that door and just starts shooting Mary. She takes the bullet hits, but she doesn't go down because she's a vampire.
HHN is always really impressive on a production level. I mean, the fact that they are part of Universal Studios is something that they can, of course, exploit to a great degree. And you've got things there like this old-time truck.
Fun tidbit, that is a real 1925 Model A Ford truck. It's an original. Many, many years ago in the theme park, we used to have Laurel and Hardy, the silent film actors, as live performers that would drive this vehicle around the park.
It had many other lives through the years at Universal, but now it is part of Horror Nights, and specifically this year it gets to be part of Sinners. John gave us a lot of fun tidbits about ways they're pulling off certain different tricks, the way that they're going to do sort of the glowing eyes of the vampires, and how they had to figure out a different way than the movie where the actors wore extremely uncomfortable contact lenses that had to be taken out after a little while. That won't work for the people in the Horror Nights houses performing, so they had to figure out these sort of little lights that kind of hang in front of their eyes off of their hair pieces and their eyebrows that are hidden, and how that'll work.
Remick is stalking us on the other side of this window, and it's a bang window too. So he's able to stalk us all the way along this path as we're coming in, and he's got the red glowing eyes that I described earlier.
And then there's a really cool stunt I'm so excited to see. We weren't allowed to film, nor would I want to film because I wouldn't want to kind of spoil this yet. The area where this will happen, where someone playing Remick will get to kind of leap down. And yes, you've seen Horror Nights houses where people swing out. That's been a really fun thing that they've been able to do in the past. This one is just, it's a little different. The way that this character is going to kind of leap down from a barn. I loved kind of hearing what they were doing to pull that off. And I was very happy to hear that Remick will say a signature line from the movies. You know it. It's one word, starts with an S. He says it with a lot of enthusiasm. Come on, I think you know what it is.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Sammy!
And lastly, John talks about how this room here will have maybe the most scare actors in one room in Horror Nights house ever. And that involves a lot of choreography because, all these people have to kind of hit their marks. Everything is kind of on like a loop, with the sound effects and everything happening. And it sounded very intricate and very interesting. And I've always wondered what it's like to be a scare actor. This made me even more intrigued to know that there's so many of them will be in this room interacting with with these corpses, the fake bodies that are laid out, and of course all the people walking through us that are there to see it. I think it will be quite a spectacle, but we'll find out very, very soon. I fly to Orlando tomorrow for the opening of Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. Then I'll be back in Los Angeles next week to see the opening weekend of Horror Nights Hollywood, and I'll be posting my thoughts on the houses at both and which stood out the most to me. But Sinners is one I've been very, very excited for, and this made me even more excited for because I just think that they're putting a lot into this, and it is such a cool movie, and it's sort of a special property, and I think they're treating it as such at Halloween Horror Nights. All right, so that's it for now. That's my preview of the Sinners house at Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood. I'll have plenty more from HHN, like I was mentioning, and if you can like and subscribe, that would be excellent. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Sink your teeth into Sinners, one nightmare of many, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.